Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma Vando Mui Savadana Mate Vando Mui Savadana Mate Jahara Prasade Vai E Bhavatoriya Jai Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoite Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Kya Harana Kori Ho Mane Asha Arana Kori Ho Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Utama Gati Shri Guru Charane Rati Aise Utama Gati जे प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा जे प्रसादे पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरितो वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधमा जनारा बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधमा जनारा बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवन लोकनाथ लोकेरा जीवन हा प्रभु कर दया देह मोरे पद छाया हा प्रभु कर दया देह मोरे पद छाया एबे जस सुख त्रिभुवन एबे जस सुख त्रिभुवन जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्री जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajakacarya Stotra Shati Shrimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanar Vrind Bhakti Vedant Samachila Prabhupada Ki Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind Ki Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrind Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Shri Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki श्री नवदीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की कलियुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की बृहत मृदंग ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
So the translation of the song we sang is: the lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bowed to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Loknath Goswami, O Master, O be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. So welcome you all to our Sunday Feast program. So we welcome all our new guests. Today we have some new guests joined today. So welcome you all to our program today. Welcome to ISKCON Stoke. We're going to have a little musical prayers now. So the words are there on this screen here. So if you can follow with me, please do follow. Otherwise, just enjoy the sound. Then we're going to talk about from a book called Bhagavad Gita. This is Bhagavad Gita. And we're going to talk from the second chapter, first verse. So we'll give a little background, those who have not been to previous classes, we'll give a little background, then we'll discuss what exactly we are discussing today. Then at the end, we're going to have a nice standing dancing kirtan, we just dance. And then we're going to have a food, a nice prasadam for everyone. So basically, today is a party. We sing, we dance, and we eat. Yeah, so I hope you'll enjoy today. Let's do little prayers now. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन जमुनातीरावनचारी जमुनातीरावनचारी जमुनातीरावन जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन जमुनातीरावनचारी 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 जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल. We can do the shloka now, 2.1. Hare Krishna. So we're reading from this very beautiful book called Bhagavad Gita. This name of this book, the meaning of this book is called the Song of God. Yeah. So we all like singing, isn't it? You know, when we are happy, we sing. When we are not happy, then also we sing. So singing is beautiful. Yeah. So this song is sung by the God himself when his devotee Arjun was not very happy. So he sang this song, giving him these wonderful instructions how to dissipate his unhappiness. And then at the end, Arjuna became very happy. Then he also sang. So this is a song, Bhagavad Gita. Gita means song. Bhagavad means the song which comes from God. So we're reading from chapter 2, verse 1. This is what you see in the screen is the English, how to pronounce in English, and up on the top is in the Sanskrit. So the way we do it is today, I'll repeat 3 times. Then afterwards, if you want to kind of take part, you want to repeat yourself, we can also do it. Yeah? So let's do one by one, word by word. Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tatha Krupaya Vishtam Tam Tatha Krupaya Vishtam Ashru Purna Kulekshanam Ashru Purna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudana Uvacha Madhusudana Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashnu Purna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudana Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashru Purna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudana Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam Ashnu Purna Kulekshanam Vishidantam Idam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudana. Anybody like to repeat? Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tatha Kripaya Vishtam अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदना. संजय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदना. संजय उवाच तं तथा कृपयाविष्टम् अश्रुपूर्णाकुलेक्षणम् विषीदन्तम् इदं वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदना. Okay, let's do word by word meaning. Sanjaya uvacha. Sanjaya said, Tam, unto Arjuna, Tatha, thus, Kripaya, by compassion, Avishtan, overwhelmed, Ashru Purna Akula, full of tears, Ikshanam, eyes, Vishidantam, lamenting, Idam, this, Vakyam, words, Uvacha, said, Madhusudana, the killer of Madhu. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Sanjay said, seeing Arjun full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Material compassion, lamentation and tears are all signs of ignorance of the real self. Compassion for the eternal soul is self-realization. The word Madhusudana is significant in this verse. Lord Krishna killed the demon Madhu, and now Arjuna wanted Krishna to kill the demon of misunderstanding that had overtaken him in the discharge of his duty. No one knows where compassion should be applied. Compassion for the dress of a drowning man is senseless. A man fallen in the ocean of nescience cannot be saved simply by rescuing his outer dress, the gross material body. One who does not know this and laments for the outward dress is called Shudra, or one who laments unnecessarily. Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and this conduct was not expected from him. Lord Krishna, however, can dissipate the lamentation of the ignorant man, and for this purpose the Bhagavad Gita was sung by him. This chapter instructs us in self-realization by an analytical study of the material body and the spirit soul, as explained by the Supreme Authority, Lord Sri Krishna. This realization is possible when one works without attachment to fruitive results and is situated in the fixed conception of the real self. Please repeat after me. Sanjay said, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed, his eyes full of tears, Madhusudana, Krishna, spoke the following words. Om Agyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. How many of you know the story of Mahabharata? Can you raise your hand? Some of you know the story of Mahabharata. So Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. So Mahabharata is a great story. Everybody likes story? Yeah, EastEnders, Coronation Street. These are all TV serials, yeah? And what is there? There is a story. You know, there is sometimes there is a fight, sometimes there is joy, sometimes there is tension, there's drama. And everybody likes to watch the nice story. There is some drama. So Mahabharata is a great story, which is not a fiction story, it's a real story. Actually, it's a history. You know, it happened about 5,000 years back. So 5,000 years back, the whole world was ruled by the king called the descendants of Maharaj Bharat. And they are called Bharatvanshis. And the capital of this empire was Hastinapur. Nowadays it is nowadays the modern city is called New Delhi. So in those days there would be one emperor, there will be many kings around the earth, and they will be ruling their particular kingdom under the rule of the one emperor. And since then, you know, the history has changed. You know, that empire fell off. And then, you know, in our modern history, we know the Greek Empire, then we had the British Empire. Before that it was the, you know, some Middle Eastern empire. So many empires came and gone. And every empire has a story. So this is the story of Pandavas and Kauravas. So Krishna, the Supreme God, wanted to give a very good lesson for the modern age. This modern age is called Kali Yuga, the age of quarrel and hypocrisy, not the age of happiness and enjoyment. It's the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. Very, unfortunate age. So how to live in this age? So Krishna wanted to give this instruction of this age, how to live in this age. Now, if we tell our children some nice instruction, we says, your instruction is that don't go out of house. You eat with your right hand. You do like this. You do like that. The children forget. What did you say? First, left hand or right hand. If I should go out, what time should I not go out? If you give straight away instruction, we can easily forget, isn't it? Yeah. Many of we use internet, yeah, and we use some service. And when you use the service, it says, these are the terms and conditions. Do you agree? How many of you read those terms and conditions? Says, I agree. You all use internet, or I'm the only one? Yeah. Have you ever read any of those terms and conditions? Very boring. We the party and you the party, we come into the contract that after a certain time, we'll provide you this service, and we are, we do not have any responsibility of any loss. It's very boring. Nobody likes to read those terms and conditions. So Krishna, he thought, if I give you this nice instruction of how to live in this world, people will not be interested. So what he devised a plan. He devised a story, the whole pastime of Mahabharata. And in the Mahabharata, in the story, every story has a climax, isn't it? Every movie, every story has a climax. And at the climax, the audience is in rapt attention. What is going to happen? Is the hero going to win or the villain going to win? Is the mother going to get the custody of his child, or the child is going to go away of the house? Climax, everybody is like, what is going to happen? Very alert. So Mahabharata is the whole story. And the climax is the battle of Kurukshetra, the war between these two parties, Kaurava and Pandavas. At that time, it's a climax. And that time, Krishna has spoken this song called Bhagavad Gita. Basically, it teaches how to live a life in this age of quarrel and hypocrisy. Are you still with me? Yeah? So this is the background of Bhagavad Gita. It's a climax of Mahabharata. Now, how many you like to understand or know the background story? How did it come to? When the war is happening, then there must be some reason. Anybody ever heard of war? Nowadays, how many wars are going on? Too many. We lost the count. Our news channels, says this war is happening, and after a few months, they also get not interested. They don't even report that war. People are dying, they don't care anymore. So this war, we had this World War I and World War II in our history. Beginning of 19th century and middle of 19th century, 20th century, we had a war. World War I and World War II. But actually, World War I happened 5,000 years before. It was a real first World War. So just narrate one story how it came about. So this emperor, the empire of Kurus or the Bharatvarshis, it's a long story. I had to, cut short. There were these three brothers of the king. The one was blind, and one was, so he was eldest son, but because he was blind, he was not given the kingdom or the empire of the Pandus, of the Kauravas. So the second brother was given the kingdom. His name was Pandu. So the first elder brother who was blind, he was Dhritarashtra, and his youngest brother was Pandu. And they had a third brother called Vidur. Now Vidur, because he was not born from the legitimate mother, so he was not given the option of ruling the kingdom. Though he was very qualified, but he was not given the option of ruling the kingdom. So the eldest brother was disqualified because he was blind. Because if king is a blind, how can he rule the kingdom? So he was disqualified. but he had a very strong desire to become a king. Now, okay, so there's a story in a story, the story of Stoke-on-Trent. In our Stoke-on-Trent in Hare Krishna car park, there is one car called KF19EOK. It is blocking. Anybody's car? If you don't mind, you'd like to move the car, please? Yeah. Sorry about that. Don't worry, I'll tell you the story again. You don't miss the story. So Dhritarashtra, he was disqualified. So kingdom went to Pandu, his youngest brother. Now, Pandu, he had 5 children. Yeah, and when the children grew up, the eldest of the son, Yudhishthira, he was the rightful heir, and he was declared the prince regent, that now you can rule the entire planet Earth. When the current king gives up the kingdom, you can rule the kingdom. So his father died untimely, so the prince regent now, the Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was supposed to become a king, but there's a family feud. The eldest son of Dhritarashtra said, actually my father was a legitimate heir of the kingdom, so I am the legitimate heir of the kingdom. So there is a conflict now. They do not know who should inherit the kingdom. So then there is some political maneuvering happened, and they came to a little compromise that the sons of Pandu, they were given a piece of land where they can rule. The son of Dhritarashtra, Duryodhan, he will become the king and he will rule the entire planet. And these Pandavas were given a small piece of land where they can rule. But this Duryodhan, he was such a cunning person, he gave a land where it was just a barren land, nobody lived there. Now how can you have a kingdom where nobody lives? There is nothing to rule. It's a barren, land. But they were very, resourceful. They were very intelligent, very, clever people. So they just turned the whole place, before the place was called Khandopras, means, very barren land. They turned into a very nice city or nice region. And it was so beautiful that it resembled like a heaven. And the king of heaven is called Indra. So that place was named Indraprastha, which is as good as heaven. And then, the families were living peacefully. But Duryodhan, he was very envious. He said, I tricked him to have them a very barren land, and now they have a kingdom better than me. And then he could not tolerate that. He was very envious. So he knew he cannot defeat them in a war. Of course, and also they are family members, so it is not nice to have a war. So he devised a plan that let's call these Pandavas into gambling match. Now gambling is a very bad thing. One of the rules that we follow, no gambling whatsoever. But the class of Kshatriyas, those who are warriors, if they are challenged into a war, they cannot deny the challenge. They have to accept the challenge. And sometimes the sport is also called war. And gambling is considered sort of one of the sporting activity. So they invited him to a gambling match. And Duryodhan knew that the Yudhishthira, the eldest Pandav, is not good in gambling. He's a very weak player. So they tricked him. And in that match, the Pandavas lost their entire kingdom. And in fact, they lost their own wife. And the Duryodhana in a party, they tried to insult the wife of the Pandavas. And then, they were given a kind of punishment or kind of, you lost your kingdom. So now you have to go 12 years in forest. You cannot live in the city or any village. You have to live in a forest. In the 13th year, you have to live incognito. That incognito means if we are able to find out where exactly you are living, then again 12 years you have to go to Vanvas, or you have to live in forest. And after 12 years, again 1 year you have to live in incognito. And if you find out, again 12 years. So it's like a never-ending loop. So Duryodhana thought, let them forever live in forest. He tricked him. These Pandavas were very clever. They lived 12 years in forest, and then 13th year they lived so intelligently that Duryodhana could not find him out. And after the 13th year, they came back. And as per the pre-agreed condition, now they were to be given their kingdom back. But Duryodhana said no. He was so envious. He tried his best to get rid of the Pandavas. So Pandavas came back and he said, please give us our kingdom back. And Duryodhana said, I will not give you a land that you can even put a prick of pin on that land, which is less than a millimeter. So I won't even give you that much land to rule. And then so many messengers were sent. Krishna personally went to the Duryodhana there. They are rightful heirs. Their kingdom is theirs. Please give their kingdom back. You can rule the whole planet. Just give them. If you can't give their original kingdom, just give them 5 villages, small 5 villages, and they'll be happy with that. Duryodhana said, nothing doing. I won't give you. Again said, I won't give you a land where they can put a prick of pin on that land. And now, as per the Kshatriya code, if your rightful thing is not given by the diplomacy, by the negotiation, then you have to fight a war. You have to get your things which is yours. Nowadays, if something is conflict, then you go to a court, and try to get it. If there is not a court, there is a war. So it was all decided that both the parties, the party of Duryodhana and the party of Pandavas, they'll meet for a war in a place called Kurukshetra, which is still there. That place is still there in India. So in those days, people were very civilized. If they have to fight, they go to a place. And only those who are interested in the fight, only they will fight. Not like, nowadays you put a bomb in some city, but the innocent people has nothing to do the war, and they are unnecessarily killed. If you have to fight, go to a place. And then you fight, and whichever party wins, and they rule the place. They were very civilized, not like today. So now, this is the climax of the story. That both the parties are in front of each other. They're about to fight. And out of these 5 brothers, the brother called Arjun, he was the most powerful warrior. And in fact, the Pandavas were counting on Arjun that he will win the war for us. Of course, other 4 brothers are also very powerful, but he was the very powerful warrior. So Arjuna, and it so happened Krishna agreed to be Arjuna's chariot driver. He's a driver, those days to fight on the chariot. And Arjuna, he said, Krishna, let me go a bit closer to the opposite party. Let me see who is there to fight today with me. So, Arjuna went a little bit forward, and he saw that in opposite party, because it's a war between the family members, and because of all the political maneuvering, there are family members had to fight on the side of Duryodhana even if they didn't wanted to. So Arjuna went ahead and he saw that there are his own cousin brothers who he loved them. They are in the opposite party. His own teachers like Dronacharya, Kripacharya, from whom he got all the military art, all the knowledge, they are there in opposite part. And then there are his grandfather, his great-grandfather Bhishma, he is there on the opposite part. And practically, so everybody who is fighting against him is his family member. And he said, I have to kill my family members now? For what? For a kingdom? So he wasn't sure whether I should fight or not fight. I want a kingdom, but for what price I have to pay? I have to kill my family members. But then again, he's a Kshatriya warrior. He comes from warrior class. And if injustice is done, it is his duty to fight and put the justice right. So, but I have to fight. So at this time, he is completely confused. He doesn't know whether to fight or not to fight. Did anybody ever had this condition in your life? Some dilemma, whether to do one thing or the other thing. Did you ever had? No, just me. Yeah? We always have, yeah? Yeah. In English word, there's a word called dilemma. The definition is that there are two bad choices. Which choices you have to take? Sometimes you have good choice and bad choice. They do a choice, but there's a dilemma. Dilemma means both are bad. Whichever you choose, you'll be suffering. So Arjuna was in dilemma. That he gave many, in first chapter he gave many reasons not to fight. He said, and he's a very intelligent person, he's a warrior, administrative class, and very kind-hearted person. He said, if I kill these people, they're my family members. Generally, when you have a nice house, nice car, you invite your family members and see, I got my house, I got my car. But he said, if all my family members are dead, whom am I going to show my kingdom? So there is no point in fighting this war. And then he thought about the future implications. He said, this is a world war because this is the whole family, the empire family. Every kingdom on the earth, every king, they have to come and fight, either from Pandava's side or the Kaurava's side. They cannot remain neutral. They have to fight. So, in both the sides, there will be millions of people are there. And once these men are dead, then there will be, disturbance in the population. There will be more women and less men. There will be nobody to, protect the women in the society. Then there will be big chaos. So he was thinking far ahead of things. But he also said, that I am a king, I have to fight. How can I not fight? So he doesn't know whether to fight or not to fight. So this is the climax. So then at the end of the first chapter, he's giving all the various reasons to Krishna, saying, Krishna, I do not want to fight. And then this is the climax. Like, if you're watching a serial, the hero doesn't want to fight. But the entire movie depends on this hero. But if only he fights, they can win the war. But if he cannot fight, they cannot win the war. Dun-dun-dun. Next episode, same day, same night, next week. So we are on the second chapter now. Yeah. So second chapter, it is titled, The Contents of Gita Summarized. So in this chapter, Krishna is going to speak the Bhagavad Gita in a very summarized, in a very, bullet point way, basic instructions. And after giving these instructions, then Arjun has many questions. That, Krishna, you said like this, but I don't think I can follow this. Like, for example, one question, Krishna, he said, one should be yogi, and in a yogi, there are many ways of becoming yogi. One is Ashtanga Yoga, that, you go to the forest, half close your eyes and do meditate for 60,000 years. Arjun said, Krishna, you are saying do this yoga, but I don't think I'm fit for this yoga. Because, sitting in one place for 60,000 years, it is not for me. Why? Because mind is very flickering. Chanchal hi mana. Our mind is very, very flickery. Then Arjun said that the mind is so powerful that one can control the wind, but mind is more powerful than the wind. Have you all experienced this strong wind? Yesterday, there was a news. What is it called? Hurricane Kathleen or Storm Kathleen. Yesterday we were in Liverpool and we had some experience of Kathleen. Very strong wind. If you're not careful, the wind will throw you off. America is known for the hurricanes and the storms. Now America is a superpower. They have so many atomic weapons, so many technology. They are called superpower, rich country. So in America, when the hurricane comes, what does government say? Run, hide. Even though we are superpower, but we cannot control wind. So wind is very powerful. So Arjun says that even if one can control the wind, if they are that powerful, which is impossible, but even if somebody can control the wind, but he cannot control the mind, because mind is even more powerful than the wind. So Krishna, I cannot follow this yoga. Tell me something else. What else I can do? So this way, Arjuna is asking many questions, and Krishna is answering those questions. So today's title, if you all know, we advertise today's talk is Inquiry means development. If we have to progress in our life, we have to do inquiries, ask questions. We ask so many questions in our life. But what are those basic questions? If we can take the answer of those questions, then our life will be the most happy. So the Bhagavad Gita is the book of those fundamental questions and fundamental answers. What is the most fundamental questions one can ask? I'm going to ask you this question. You might think it is a very funny way of, is there a question? You might ask, who are you? It's a fundamental question. I'm so and so, don't you see? I got my passport. I was born so and so. What kind of question, ridiculous question is this? Says, I'm Radha Mohan Das. I was born on particular year and date. Okay, before that, who were you? What do you mean by before that? So this is the basic question, Are we just this body, a name, a sex, born on particular date and time? Are you just this bag of, urine, pus and blood and bone and that's it? Anything not more than that? So this is the basic question. Who am I? Am I just body or am something more than body? I'm born in particular time. After some times, I will not be there. Will I still live after the death? There's a very important, very famous questions all over the society for many, many years. Life after death. Some people believe it, some people don't believe it. Yeah? But this is the basic question. What happens after we die? Who were we before we were born? Then the question, what is this thing called God? Does God exist? If the God exists, why there are so many religions? And why they fight? Every religion says they are the best. If everybody is best, then actually who is the best? I'm born in this religion. Do I have to follow my religion or have to follow some other religion? Then there's so much conflict in the society. How do I live harmoniously in the society? So these are the fundamental basic questions. If you ask those questions and try to get the answer of these questions, then our life becomes spiritually nourished. Then we can live very nicely in this world. So Bhagavad Gita is basically a list of fundamental questions and fundamental answers. So today's shloka, Sanjaya, I didn't mention that, this whole Bhagavad Gita was narrated by a person called Sanjay to Dhritarashtra, the brother who didn't have eyes. He wanted to know what is happening in the war. So Sanjay had a very mystical power that by seeing at one place, he can see what is happening some other part of the world. He had a live streaming capability inbuilt. So he could see what is happening, in the battle of Kurukshetra. So Sanjay said that Arjuna, after asking all these questions, whether to fight or not fight, he says, seeing Arjuna full of compassion, his mind depressed. So Arjuna was very depressed. Anybody had ever experienced depression? one of the biggest disease in the world right now. His eyes full of tears. His tears were not out of joy. It is out of helplessness. Anybody has ever cried? No, we all cry. Sometimes in front of everyone, or sometimes silently, in a bathroom, in a bedroom. Oh, what am I doing in this world? Why this problem? What should I do? And we cry. So Arjuna, though he was a warrior, warrior generally don't cry. They are like, fighters, very courageous. They don't cry. But here Arjun, he was so depressed. He didn't know what to do, whether to fight or not fight. And he was completely shattered, broken. And in that helpless condition, now he's crying. His eyes full of tears. Actually, it's very rare to see a warrior, crying. But here it says, his eyes full of tears. Madhusudana Krishna spoke the following words. So now Krishna is going to instruct Arjuna on the principles of Bhagavad Gita. But this is the condition. So earlier, we mentioned that Bhagavad Gita is a life manual. How to live a life. When we buy a car, then there's a manual comes along with it. That this is the car. The fuel for this car is the petrol. So you don't have to speculate. Oh, there's a fuel tank. Shall I put petrol or diesel? Or shall I put gas? Or shall I put hydrogen? Speculation. Now if you speculate and try to put any fuel in it, what will happen? Your car will be destroyed. But if you want to rightfully use how to properly use the car, you open the manual. And the manual tells you how exactly this car should be used. So it says, put the petrol in it. So Bhagavad Gita is a manual, life manual. It tells you how to live a life. So no need to speculation. It tells you right instruction. Whether you want to follow or not, it's up to us. But you read the manual and live the life accordingly. So in this manual, this person, Arjun, is depressed, is in tears, and is completely shattered. And this Bhagavad Gita helped Arjun to go and overcome this problem of the life. And Arjuna, if you read the whole Bhagavad Gita, he became completely recovered man. He fought the war, in the right consciousness, in the right mind, for the right reasons. So, if we are not in that difficult condition as Arjun, did you ever have to, take a decisions in your life, that will have, implications for the thousands of years to come? What are our problems? How am I going to pay my mortgage? How am I going to put my children in the right school? There are small problems, but still there are problems. Yeah, shall I take this job or that job? Shall I take a business or shall I do some self-employment? There are so many questions are there. And then there are fundamental questions. Shall I follow this spiritual path or that spiritual path? So many questions are there. So if Bhagavad Gita can sort out the problem of Arjun, then it can definitely sort out my small problem. Our problems are very small compared to Arjun. Yeah? Are you all still with me? No? Yeah. Does it make sense? If this Bhagavad Gita can sort out the big problem like Arjun has, of course it can sort out my problem as well. The Bhagavad Gita is the book of principles. It's not a book of detail. If you apply the principles, then details can change. But if you apply the principles rightfully, then it will definitely help you in the life. So I'll just take up a couple of lines from the purport of Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that this chapter instructs us in self-realization by an analytical study of material body and spirit soul, as explained by Supreme Authority. So in this chapter, Krishna will basically talk about material material body and spirit soul. So we all know that there is something called body and something called soul. Now some people believe in it, some people don't believe in it. Now there is something called truth. Yeah, truth is always absolute, whether you believe it or not believe it. So whether the soul exists or does not exist, but there is something about soul. So it does not matter what we believe. What we can best do is that try to find out the truth and align our belief along with that truth. Yeah. Maybe a bit very technical way of explaining this. You are free to believe anything you want, isn't it? We are all free to believe anything you want. But our belief has value as long as it is aligned with the truth. Do you agree with it? Yeah. For example, I am free to believe I am a Spider-Man. No one can stop me believing that I am a Spider-Man. No, I'm a Spider-Man. But really, are you Spider-Man or not? If you're a Spider-Man, then that I'm calling my Spider-Man has got some value. Yeah. Otherwise, you'll put me into some hospital, for some medication. So, as long as your belief is aligned with the truth, your belief has a value. Okay? You're still with me? You are free to believe anything you want. But your belief has only value if it is aligned with the truth, if it matches with the truth. Yeah? Another example, I am King Charles. I can believe it, I am King Charles. Who can stop me? But is it aligned? It's not aligned. So you can say, I am a spirit soul, whether you want to believe it or not believe it. It has got value as long as it is aligned with the truth. So what we have to do is find out the truth. Then the check whether my belief, is it matching with the truth or not matching with the truth. If your belief is not matching with the truth, then you have to change your belief to get the real value out of your belief. So it does not matter what we believe. We have to find out what is the truth. So in this chapter, Krishna is going to talk about material body and spirit soul. So Krishna is going to talk about, he says, that, what is that shloka? Dehosmin yatha dehe komaram yovanam jara tatha dehantar praptis dhiras tatra na muhyati. Krishna says, this body, that the occupier of this body, he is passing from boyhood to young age to old age to death. And at the death, the occupier of the body moves to another body. So this is an analytical study. So we all know, we all were children at some stage. There are some children, they are in children's state, but we were all children at some state. And some of are, young, some of them are old, some of them are very old, some of them are, so we are all passing through different stage in the life. The person remains the same, I still remember, when I was 5 years old, I used to go to the park with my friends. There's a small slide and I used to enjoy that. You still remember? Do you all remember that? Even though we are young, we are old, still that as a person, we are all the same. So even the body is changing, but still the person is the same. So Krishna is very analytically, very scientifically he is explaining. The body is changing, but the person who is in the body, he is constant. And when this body is no longer livable, then the person moves on to the next body. And then we cannot explain this, with our modern, analogy. We all have a car, some vehicle. We use the vehicle as long as it is useful. The day the MOT fails and it is not fixable, what do? You scrap the car and get a new one. But the new car it depends on you what kind of car you will get later on. If you have good enough money, if you have few millions in a bank account, you can buy a Rolls Royce or a Bugatti, or depends how much money you have, that kind of car you buy. So when we die, when we leave this body, what will be our next body depends on how much karmic balance, what kind of karma, what kind of piety, or what do you deserve the next body. That body you will get. So this is a very logical, scientific way Krishna explains what happens after the death. Then there are certain shlokas, I won't go in detail, to understand whether the soul exists or not. When I was growing up, I had nothing to do with spirituality. I said, if soul is there, God is there, so be it, Let God do his own job, I'll do my job, We don't cross each other's path, Let God be happy, I'll be happy. I had nothing to do with it. So I didn't know about soul, whether soul exists or not. But then, there is a scientific way of understanding whether the soul exists or not. And now, those who are in medical field, or those who want to do some research. Now, medical science is very seriously, exploring to prove the soul exists. The near-death experiences, and then, the past life regression, memory recollection and all. It's very seriously they are exploring. So dear Prabhupada, our spiritual master, he said, in our society, in our university, there are so many departments of education. If you want to learn physics, there's a department. If you want to learn chemistry, there's a department. If you want to learn avionics, how to fly, there's a department. So many departments of knowledge is there. But where is that department which teaches about the soul? There is no such place in the university which teaches about the soul. The Prabhupada says, to fill in the gap, we as a Hare Krishna, we are there. If you want to know about the science of soul, then here is the book, Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna very logically and analytically is explaining the science of soul. Who we are, why were we here, what is our duty in this world, how to live in harmony with everyone else, and how to die, and after death, it's not that, you die and you are just lottery, what kind of body you will get next. You can choose what kind of body you want by living how you live in this world. So, if you want to, buy a big BMW after this car, then, start saving now. And if you have to have BMW, then you work hard, get some money. After some time, you get BMW. So if you want a next better birth, better life, then there are ways to live a life. And then you get a better life after this life. So this is all explained in Bhagavad Gita. I think my time is up. Anybody has any questions or comments from today's talk? Yes, Mataji. Okay, very deep questions. I'll just repeat, okay, and let me know whether I have understood your question properly or not. Yeah, Prabhupada says we are not this body, and the whole world is illusion. Yeah, and there are problems in this world. So if it is illusion, why we feel that it is real? Is that a question? Have I understood correctly? Okay. In any religion, in any scripture, anywhere in the history, there is one common thing which everybody agrees, that everything comes from God. You will agree? Yeah. And God is real. Okay. Now God, if God is real, whatever He is producing is also real. Isn't it? If God is reality, then whatever comes from the God is also reality. Still with us? Agree with that? Yeah. Then how come we are saying this world is illusion? Okay. Prabhupada says we are not this body, we are a spirit soul. Yeah. So, what is the truth? We talked about truth. What is the reality? What is the truth? The truth is that we are not this body, we are a spirit soul. The moment we say, I am not the spirit, I am this body, then it becomes illusion. Yeah. Right now, I am Radha Mohan Das. This is me, Radha Mohan Das. This is the fact. Fact, yeah. So, the moment I say that I am Prince Charles, yeah, then that is illusion. The person Radha Mohan still existing, but me, I'm as a Radha Mohan, I'm still existing. But moment I say I am Prince Charles, that means I am an illusion. So similarly, we are spirit soul, but the moment we say I am not the spirit soul, I am the body, I am the enjoyer, I am the controller, then that is illusion. And with that illusion, whatever you do becomes illusion. Still getting me? Once your fundamental identity is wrong, when that is illusion, whatever in relation to that thing is illusion. So this world is a reality. Yeah, this wood, this property, this microphone is all reality. Yeah. But when I say this is for my enjoyment, that is illusion. Yeah. So this mic, you should all come, and listen to my wonderful talk, and praise me. I'm a beautiful talker, everyone should glorify me. That is illusion. But I'm talking about the truth of Bhagavad Gita. Then there is all reality. So it all depends, how we are connecting of this thing's world with the truth or not. If we're connecting the whole world with the truth, with the God, then it is reality. But you take anything of this world out of the, connection of the Lord and for your own enjoyment, then it becomes illusion. Does it make sense? Yeah. Did you all got this question and answer correctly? Yeah. Or if you didn't get answer properly, eat nicely today, after eating it, because eating is reality. We don't give illusional food. You get proper rice, chapati in a plate. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, Prabhuji. Hmm. 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 Good question. Very fundamental question. I asked the same question when I was growing up. Yeah, the gambling is bad. And Yudhishthira Maharaj is one of the great devotee. Dharmaraj, he knows what is right, what is wrong. Then how did he do this, this unmoral thing, of playing a gambling match? Yeah. So we talked a little bit about in our discussion today. He was from warrior class. And in warrior means Kshatriyas. And Kshatriyas, when they are challenged, they cannot they cannot dodge the challenge. They have to accept the challenge. Whether the challenge is fighting or sport. Not losing, they have to fight. If somebody is challenging you in a fight or in a sport, You had to accept the challenge, otherwise you are not considered Kshatriya. So Yudhishthira Maharaj, he knew this is wrong. It should not be done. But he was challenged to come and defeat Duryodhan in the gambling match. And when you are challenged as a Kshatriya, you cannot run away from the challenge. That is the reason he had to take part in gambling match. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. There are many aspects to this question, especially this wife section. Not to give you the long answer, it will be a long time, but the one of thing is that Krishna had to teach many things through the life of Pandavas. And one of the thing was, how bad is gambling. How we said no intoxication, no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling. Gambling is the worst. Once you are sucked into this gambling thing, speculating, then even if person like Yudhishthira Maharaj, who is Dharmaraj himself, it can destroy you to such an extent that your own family members are put into difficult condition. That's we have to be so careful about this. Yes, that one should not be part of this. Yeah. There are many other aspects also, but we cannot go in detail there. But this is the prime, Yes, because gambling is all about illusion. Once you start speculating in illusion, you'll be sucked into it. In this country, the gambling is legal thing. Yeah, but even in those, like in cigarette case, they say, smoking is dangerous, it will kill you. Nowadays, they're also telling gambling, don't gamble too much, it will destroy you. But still people do it. Gambling in any culture, any religion, any society is considered bad. It has got no good thing in it. But still people do it, And Krishna, and because, he wanted to teach, the Kali Yuga people that, this gambling is so bad. And we might be thinking, we don't gamble. But actually we are all gamblers. What do we gamble? We are all gamblers. What do we gamble? Time. We all are gambling our time. And where do we gamble? Cricket match, football match, movies. We just gamble. The most precious thing in our life is what? Time. The one moment spent, like right now, whatever, 1:45, 38th second. This 1 second, once it is gone, it is gone. Even if you give the entire wealth of this earth or the entire universe, you cannot get this one moment back. It is that precious. But then we just gamble our time, in intoxication, in some frivolous sporting activity. We just got no meaning to it. Some movies, well, I'm not a big saint, I also have my past. I was a big, cricket fan. I watched so many cricket matches. But now I don't know. All those matches had got anything to do with my life. Has it really, given any value to my life? Nothing. So many movies we have watched. Now, we have this, streaming service, Netflix, Amazon, I don't know how many are there, You just choose which movie you want to watch. Within a few clicks, that movie is there. But is it really helping you, in your life? There are so many movies we watch. After a month, do you really remember, what movies you have watched? You don't really remember. But that 3 hours or 4 hours, we just gambled our time away. We just, for what? Nothing. In gambling match, who wins? the gambling houses, only they win. In watching the cricket matches and movies, you know who wins? The producers and directors and the cricket authorities or the sporting authorities. Only they win. Only they get benefit out of it. Otherwise, everybody loses. So this gambling is very horrible. So we should not gamble our time. Prabhupada, the famous saying of Prabhupada, if you have time, chant Hare Krishna. Don't waste your time. Anyway, I'll stop here. We do now Kirtan now, and after that Kirtan, Prasadam for everyone. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Nitai Go Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Chaitanya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare 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 Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jayo Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Radha Gokulananda, Shri Radhe. Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram, Jayo Krishna Balaram. Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai, Jayo Gauranitai. Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva, Jayo Panchatattva. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, 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 Jayo Jayo Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande.
Jayam Vishnupad Paramhansa Parivajakacarya Stotra Shri Srimadi's Divine Grace Abhay Charanar Vrind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrind Ki Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shama Kun Radha Kun Shri Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Shri Navdeep Mayapur Dham Ki पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगा माई की, जमुना माई की, भक्ति देवी की, तुलसी महारानी की, कलयुग पावन श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, बृहत मृदंग ट्रांसिनेटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, ट्रांसिनेटल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Pralada Lada Daine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatanka Nakhalai. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह बाहे नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव करकमलवरे नखा अद्भुत शृङ्गार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवदिता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव करकमलवरे नखा अद्भुत शृङ्गार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु केशवदिता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे तव करकमलवरे नखामद्भुत शृङ्गार दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवदिता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव करकमलवरे नखाम केशवदिता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल विघ्न विनाशक श्री श्री लक्ष्मी नरसिंह देव भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे
Hare Krishna. So once again, I thank you all everyone for coming today, taking your precious time out. We are into the festival seasons now. So in 2 weeks' time, on 21st April, we'll be celebrating Ram Navami at our temple. Shri Ramchandra Bhagwan ki jai. So starting from next week, we'll have the building up the mood of Ramchandra. So know more about Lord Ramchandra. So next week, we'll talk about Lord Ramchandra. And again the week after, on 21st, we'll begin talking about Lord Ramchandra. So please come along. You'll have a very nice recitation of Lord Ramchandra's pastimes. What do we learn from those pastimes? And some very beautiful, insights into the Lord's, why Lord did something the way he did it. So please do come. We'll have some very wonderful devotees will be talking about Lord Ramchandra. And after that, there are many other festivals coming. But for this April, where this Ram Navami is the main event. So please do come next Sunday and Sunday after. Anybody has come for the first time or after a long time to our temple? Anybody for the first time? Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Would you like to introduce yourself if you do not mind? Shivana. Yeah. You're from Stoke? Okay. Wonderful. Welcome back, Shivana, to our temple. Yeah. Puja, I forgot your name again. Sorry, Ian. Yeah. Welcome, Ian, to our temple. Welcome, Ian. So we met before, but welcome again. So, and I forgot your name as well. Jaran. Yeah. So please welcome this wonderful devotee by 3 times loudly chanting. Haribo, Haribo, Haribo. So you are very much welcome to join us every Sunday. We are here, and as you said, we have a party every Sunday. We do chanting, dancing, and feasting. It can't go wrong, anything wrong. We just come here and enjoy ourselves. So you're most welcome to join us all the time. Okay, Hare Krishna. Now we'll be serving the prasadam upstairs in the first floor. Anything else, Priya? We have to do? Okay. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mahaprasade prayers. Yes. Now, thank you for reminding. Anybody like to read prasadam prayers? Yeah. Mahaprasade Govinde. Namo Brahmani Vaishnave. Swalpa Punya Vritam Rajan. Vishvaso Nevrajayate. Sharirar Vidyajal. Jadendriya Tahekal. Jive Fele Vishaya Sagare. Tar Madhya Jivati. Lobho Mai Sudurmati. Take Jeta Katina Samsare. Krishna Bada Daya Mai. Kori Bar Jiva Jai. Saprasadan Dilo Bhai. Shayan Namrita Pao. Radha Krishna Guna Gao. Premera Shri Chaitanya Nitai. Jai Nimai, Jai Nitai. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar. Shri Vashadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Gokulanand Mahaprasadam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hare Hare Gaur. Hare Krishna.